Hey, good evening to you wrestling fans. We are in New York City, the Big Apple, the birthplace of RWL Wrestling, the Richmond County Sportsplex, the place where it all began. For tonight's RWL Homecoming Supercard, good evening to you. I'm Don Hickson, joined by Hangman Tex Lynch, Small General Manager and commentator for this evening.
Yeah. Yeah, Dandy Don, I guess I won the coin toss again. Hi, folks, how you doing tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, stick around, because tonight, 3 hours of RWL mat action in the birthplace of RWL, the Richmond County Sportsplex, where so many RWL stars, legends, Hall of Famers, well, Hall of Famers now, got their start. And, oh, man, we're going to see a lot of the old stars, we're going to see some of the new stars, and some of the very newest. Well, it is going to be a terrific lineup, and we are starting right out of the gate, ladies and gentlemen, with a match you're definitely not going to want to miss. It is a ladies matchup, and check this out. It's a dual title match. Two champions going at it, and whoever wins goes home with all the gold. So let's get the show underway. We're all set to go here. So Dandy Don, check this out. Coming up, our opening contest on tonight's RWL Homecoming. Champion versus champion match between heated rivals Brenda Blair and Babs Beckwith, the Northern and Southern Women's Champions. And whoever wins goes home with both.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Richmond County Sportsplex for tonight's RWL Wrestling Homecoming Supercard, produced and promoted by the Ringside Wrestling League. Our first match is a double championship title match for both the ladies' Northern and Southern Championships.
Well, tonight's Supercard certainly starting off strong with this ladies' double championship match with a 20-minute time limit rather than the usual 15.
Yeah, we're breaking all the rules tonight and pulling out all the stops, Dandy Don. Brenda Blair, the ladies' Southern champion, took that title away from Patty Powers, and she's held on to it ever since. And tonight's the night. If she can beat Babs Beckwith, she'll go home with the Northern title as well. Well, Babs Beckwith's equally determined to get that Southern title away from Brenda Blair.
Well, they certainly do hate each other, and they've been back and forth an awful lot, especially in fall and winter of last year.
Yep. Babs Beckwith, the little valley girl that could, definitely not a fan of Brenda Blair. I mean, she's successful in everything, there's no denying it, but her snatching up 2 titles in a couple of months, that's pretty astounding stuff.
And so now we merely await the arrival of the ladies' Northern champion, Babs Beckwith, and look at the face on Brenda Blair. A disdainful face, to be sure.
And here she is, the ladies' Northern champion, the little valley girl that could, Babs Beckwith. Made her return last fall and has been hot ever since. She has taken off a couple of weeks. Intense training for this dual title matchup that was signed for quite some time. We all knew it was going to happen. What an exciting match to open up Homecoming. Babs Beckwith. She is definitely a piece of work.
I think she's terrific. Got a lot of talent, a lot of personality, and the fans sure seem to like her.
Well, it's one of them things. She got ripped off. She really did. She only had that ladies' Northern title for a couple of weeks before Brenda Blair took it away from her. Too many B's in here, man.
I have to agree with you. Too many double initials.
And hey, real quick for you folks wondering, Don and I are not alone. We'll be expecting a lot of guests coming by in the booth. Wally Cardell, Johnny Bianco, Myron Schimmelman, Christy Ogilvie, and the rest of them will be by a little bit later.
Well, this is certainly a great opening matchup for tonight's Supercard. 2 championships on the line, 2 champions, and a 20-minute time limit.
Introducing first, from San Jose, California, she's the RWL Ladies Southern Champion. Please welcome Brenda Blair. And her opponent from Encino, California, the RWL Ladies Northern Champion, Babs Beckwith.
Well, Babs Beckwith looking a little bit apprehensive, but man, the look on her face when she looked across at Brenda Blair.
You're not kidding. If looks could kill, Brenda Blair would be toast. Referee Willie Johnson collecting the RWL Ladies Northern and Southern Championships. One of these lucky ladies is going home with both, and that's something. Well, Texas, no secret, these two ladies are definitely heated rivals. They will never be friends.
I don't think so either. Well, now. All right, well, referee Willie Johnson starting things off the first match of the night. Here we go. Babs Beckwith rounded up by Brenda Blair. There's a knee right to the face of Babs Beckwith. A whole lot of B's in this one, Dandy Don.
They certainly are.
Hard forearm from Brenda to Babs. There's a snap there. And a ground of the boot into the face of Babs Beckwith. Yeah, definitely the tensions are going to run hot on this one early. Brenda Blair, speaking of early, starting out pretty aggressive. Babs counters with elbows to Brenda Blair. Brenda locked up by Babs. Babs whips her over the top rope out onto the floor. Man, she rolled. Okay. Babs Beckwith making with the Bruce Lee stuff. Brenda Blair back to a standing position on the outside. Referee Willie Johnson counting. Little tense moment. Whoa!
Oh, man, did you see that?
I sure as hell did, man. She went flying. Brenda Blair rounds her up for a pile driver on the outside. That is, not cool. Brenda Blair gets a hold of Babs. There's a knee to the head. And down she goes. Referee Willie Johnson still counting. Babs Beckwith rounded up by Brenda, driven into the ring steps as Brenda makes her own way back inside the ring. The referee continuing to count Babs Beckwith. Again, double title match. The ladies' Northern and Southern titles. One of them's going home with both. Babs whipped over the top rope out onto the apron. She counters with a forearm to Brenda. They lock up again. Brenda Blair catching more elbows to the midsection from Babs Beckwith. Babs off the... Ooh! Damn, what a kick. Down she went. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. First near fall of the matchup goes to Babs Beckwith. Babs waiting for Brenda to get herself back inside. Here she comes. There's a chop. There's a left. There's another chop. And this ain't good. One arm suplex from Brenda Blair to Babs Beckwith.
No text. Babs Beckwith, the little valley girl that could, has certainly wowed us since she made her return back in September. But she is definitely determined to get both of those titles away from Brenda Blair, who has become pretty unpopular based on her success, as strange as that may sound.
Yeah, that is strange, but it is what it is. Wrestling is a fickle business. All right, Babs Beckwith on the outside with Brenda Blair. Brenda locks her up. Throws Brenda into the ring steps. There's a hard stomp to the back. Brenda Blair on the floor getting stomped. Those wonderful people in the front row that paid top dollar for those seats, they're having a great time right now. Babs Beckwith rounded up by Brenda Blair, caught showboating and shoved to the other side of the ring. Brenda rounds her up. Gets a hold of as Babs counters, rolls her back inside the ring herself. Babs Beckwith back inside. Brenda Blair tags her with a shot into a sleeper hold, dead center ring. No ropes for Babs to get to. Referee Willie Johnson checking it out. There's a jawjacker. That takes Brenda Blair down on one knee. Babs off the middle rope again. Another flying forearm. Taking Brenda Blair down. Here's another pin from Babs Beckwith. 1. Just a 1 that time.
There'll be a lot of near falls in this matchup, Tex.
That's what I think, too. 20-minute time limit and everything. Brenda goes behind on Babs, rakes the back with the nails. Ow. Brenda Blair slams Babs' head into the turnbuckle. Goes behind on her rear waist lock, delivers a shot to the back, whips Babs to the ropes, and a spine buster, center ring. A pin from Blair. 1, 2. Nope, just a 1, says Willie Johnson. Babs Beckwith. Oh, man, just viciously gouging the face of Babs Beckwith. Delivers an elbow to the top of the dome piece. Kick to the midsection, but countered by Babs. Babs off the rope again. Another flying forearm. Takes Brenda Blair down. Brenda Blair caught up by Babs. Whip to the ropes. Forearm doesn't find the mark. Brenda tags her with a right up kick to the midsection. Rounds her up over the, oh man, spinning crucifix. And into a powerbomb, a sit-out powerbomb with a pin. 1, 2. Babs Beckwith getting the right shoulder up. That's it. Babs rolls to the outside. Brenda Blair up on the top turnbuckle. Babs stood up, and here it comes. Ooh, crash and burn.
Oh, that looked painful as all heck.
Sure as hell did. Babs Beckwith, friendly driving knees into the head of Brenda Blair on the outside. Referee Willie Johnson counting, urging the ladies to get it back inside. Brenda shoved towards the timekeeper's area. An elbow from Babs Beckwith. He's getting pretty good with those elbows. Brenda pitched towards the ring steps, but not quite. There's another elbow to the head of Brenda Blair from Babs Beckwith. Babs rolls inside. The referee's still counting for Brenda Blair. And Babs Beckwith is kind of showing out right now. Babs Beckwith standing center ring. Charges. Oh, damn.
Did you see that?
Whoa, man. Babs drives a knee into the head of Brenda Blair. Brenda caught up by Babs. Shoved into the back. Oh, man, she nearly went over. Okay. Babs Beckwith hurls her towards the other side. She's going to show her all four corners by the time she's done. Babs rolls back inside the ring. Referee still counting. Babs comes back out, breaks the hold. Breaks the count, excuse me. Brenda. Oh, man, flipped ass over tea kettle by that clothesline. Babs Beckwith catching some hard right hands from Brenda Blair on the outside. Referee still counting. Babs gets a hold of Brenda. It's into the ring post time with the titles on the line. You can play it anytime, even if you're 99.
I know you've been waiting to do that one for a while.
Sure I have, man. The fans love it. Babs rolls back inside the ring. Brenda Blair getting back up to a standing position. Referee Willie Johnson counting Brenda Blair. She makes her way back inside. Babs Beckwith charges, drives a knee right into the head of Brenda Blair. Down she goes. Brenda catches a kick to the back from Babs. Brenda with a flying kick right to the head of Babs Beckwith. Babs in the far left corner. Brenda Blair charges. Here she comes in. Oh, big time splash. Babs rolls out to the floor. Oh, there it is. The RKO. That could be the end of it right here. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. Button who? Babs Beckwith refusing to go down with the ship here. Brenda Blair takes herself to the far left turnbuckle. Babs Beckwith up to one knee, gets stood up. Brenda with a beautiful flying missile drop kick to Babs Beckwith. I gotta tell you, Don, both these ladies are pretty good at what they do.
They certainly would be, otherwise they wouldn't be champions.
Damn right they wouldn't. Babs Beckwith off the rope, big time spin kick to Brenda, takes her down to the canvas. Babs rounds her up again. Hard whip to the ropes and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Followed up with a leg drop. Whoa, nice combination there. Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. That is going to do it. Babs Beckwith is now a dual champion.
The time of the fall, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Here's your winner and the new Ladies Southern Champion, Babs Beckwith.
Would you just look at the face of pure elation on Babs Beckwith, now a double champion, certainly vindicating herself over Brenda Blair. What a terrific win, and what a history-making one, too.
Definitely a history maker. Now she's a double champion. That's going to carry a whole lot of clout moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our first matchup for tonight's Supercard. Stick around, because there is a whole lot more coming up. So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.